Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our UV2, the new you, live Zoom call for this week. I want to start, before we get into our topic of how to plan your cheat meals, I just want to ask first, like, what questions you have. Like, what are you struggling with, or what questions do you have that you need answered while you have me on the phone? Anyone? Bueller? No questions? Okay. So I'm going to make the assumption that all of you are doing fabulously well. Okay. My next question is, over this last week, what was one of your successes? So Julie, I'll start with you. What was one of your successes this week?
I keep drinking Shakos every day.
Oh, good. Okay. That is your daily dose of Nent's nutrition, so we're good there. That is wonderful. How's your hand healing? You're doing good?
It's still really sore.
Okay.
But I think it's better.
Okay, good. Hopefully when you go to your next doctor's appointment, he'll agree too that it's getting better. All right.
I hope so.
Who's next? Who wants to share another win for this week or something that went really well? There's Betty. Hi, Betty.
I can.
Okay, I want to hear.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
This is Trish.
Hey, Trish.
I stayed on track with my workout.
Yay! That's good. I mean, you've had some
it's been a long time.
So
injuries and migraines and yes. So this week has been amazing.
That is awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. And I also think so. Trish and I went to high school together, and I'm finding it quite hilarious to hear this like Texas accent.
And I cannot hear it. I cannot hear it. People still ask me where I'm from because I don't sound Southern enough.
You should see Maddie's trying to listen in. It's hilarious. Maddie, come over here. See? I wish you guys were live on the phone, or on the video, because you would see Maddie trying to listen in. It's hilarious. Okay.
Oh.
All right. And then who's next? Who's the 801-577?
That is Julie.
Oh, okay. Great. So Julie, you're marked twice. That's the thing. Okay, because I have I have four squares. Okay. Anyways. Great, you guys. So what I wanted to do today was talk about like how to plan your cheat meals and how to plan so that you can still kind of eat the foods that you want, but still lose weight. There's a couple of different ways you can do your cheat meals. So according to the container plan, the portion fix plan, or the 21-day fix plan, whatever you want to call it, one of the things that you can do is you can exchange a yellow container twice in a week. So that means you can have wine or chocolate twice a week, but you take out one of your carbs. So instead of having chicken and rice and veggies for dinner, you would have just chicken and veggies and a glass of wine. Maddie's saying bye. Anyways, so that's one way to do it. The trick, though, in some ways, is making sure that when you're exchanging that one yellow, which is only about 120 calories, you're not exchanging that. You're not taking out the one yellow and having chicken and broccoli and then having the chocolate molten lava cake at Chili's, which is 1,500 calories, on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, go to Cub Scouts, take out your yellow, but have like 4 cookies at the Cub Scout meeting, right? And then trying to have a cheat meal on the weekend. Does that make sense? So when we talk about having like a small cheat or treat during the week where you take out that yellow, we're really talking about only 120 calories, 150 calories to work with. Basically, you could have like a Skinny Cow ice cream bar or something like that for that same amount of calories. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the other way that a lot of people do it is they say, well, I'm going to save my cheats and I'm going to have a cheat meal on the weekend. Okay. So a lot of times people eat really healthy during the week and they'll follow their meal plan to a T during the week, But then come the weekend, they'll have that cheat meal, and they'll have that cheat meal at Olive Garden, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I've totally earned my fettuccine Alfredo and salad and breadsticks. I've been looking forward to this for an entire week. I'm so excited. The problem is the plan really with that 2 cheats in a week or that cheat meal on the weekend, that 2 cheats in the week really only adds up to about 300 calories. But if you go to Olive Garden and have the fettuccine Alfredo, salad, and breadsticks, you're looking at 3,500 to 4,000 calories in one meal. Like, I'm not even joking. There's more fat in the fettuccine Alfredo than there is in 2 pints of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Okay, so when we are doing our cheat meals, I advise if you're a type of person that needs to have something like a little bit of a cheat during the week every week, then great, do it. Have, that Skinny Cow ice cream bar or that cookie or whatever, but just have one during, a couple times during the week. But if you're somebody that's like, no, I like to go all out for my cheats, then I say you need to save them for like every 2 weeks, okay? Because what we're talking about is math. So I want you girls to put on your thinking caps and remember that high school math that you did so many years ago. And let's talk about calories. So 1 pound is 3,500 calories, right? 3,500 calories equals a pound. If you have a calorie deficit, so if you burn 3,500 calories during the week, you're going to lose a pound. If you eat 3,500 calories above and beyond what your body can use, then you're going to gain a pound for that week. So we all kind of on the same page with that? Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So then when it comes to the cheat meal, we say, okay, so for example, there are 7 days in a week. Your goal then is to burn 500 calories all 7 days, because 7 times 5 is 35, and there's your 3,500 calories in a week to lose the pound. Now, you can burn that 500 calories and exercise. You can eat 500 calories less, or you could do a combination and burn 250 in your calories, or burn 250 calories in your workout and eat 250 calories less, which is really what we want to do, right? Because if we cut our calories and don't exercise, we'll get to a point where we can't cut them anymore, and we'll hit a weight loss plateau, and we won't be able to lose any more weight. You also don't want to over-exercise and be in the gym for 2 hours a day every day, right? So having that compromise of eating a little bit less and exercising a little bit, that 30 minutes a day, which it will burn about 150 to 300 calories, depending on which workout you do, is the best of both worlds, okay? So you're not in the gym all day, but you're also not starving yourself. With that said, if you take that 7-day week and you say, okay, I'm going to burn 500 calories Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's 3,000 calories. On Sunday, I'm going to rest, right? So I then go to Olive Garden for dinner on Sunday night, and I have the fettuccine Alfredo, salad and breadsticks, or maybe you go to Mexican food and you have the cheese enchiladas, guacamole, and whatever, and chips. If you eat 3,000 calories in your meal and you've only burned 3,000 calories, you're going to be even, right? If your meal at Olive Garden, say, has 4,000 calories and you've only burned 3,000, then you're actually up 1,000 calories and you're actually gaining. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So the concept being, at that point, you're either maintaining or you're actually unintentionally gaining. And in a month or two from now, you might be like, oh my gosh, I've gained a pound, or oh, I've gained 2 pounds. And then what happens is after a month, my clients will come to me and they'll be like, this doesn't work. Oh my gosh, I'm eating so clean during the week and I'm only having 1 cheat meal a week and I'm not losing weight. Okay, that's why. Does that make sense? Which is why I'm trying to say cheat meals are great. They're good for your sanity, but we kind of need to do them the right way. Okay? So let's talk about having our cheat meal every 2 weeks. What happens then? Okay? So if I burn 3,500 calories in days 1 through 7. And then days 9 through 13, I burned 3,000 more. I'm now at a deficit of 6,500 calories, right? Then I go to Olive Garden and I eat 3,000 calories, and I'm still at a deficit of 3,500 calories. So basically, so in 2 weeks, I'll have lost 1 pound instead of 2 pounds had I not had a cheat meal. Does that make sense? So if you have a cheat meal every 2 weeks, you're basically doing a 2-step forward, 1 step back, 2 step forward, 1 step back, 2 step forward, 1 step back, which means you're always going to end up ahead. Okay? So what I say is, if you're the person that wants to have the small cheat during the week, do it. Okay? Enjoy the Skinny Cow ice cream, enjoy the glass of wine, whatever it is that's your vice, enjoy it. And just make that your plan, right? Or if you know you're going to go to the Cub Scout meeting and you're going to have treats there, or the Relief Society meeting, or you're going to go have ice cream with the softball team after the softball game, whatever, okay? You can do that. But just know that if you're going to have 1 or 2 cheats during the week, having a cheat meal on the weekend is probably not going to be the best for you. And you might want to wait every, 3 weeks or so to have that big old cheat meal. Make sense? And if you're a person who, like me, I'm a person that's like, I'm the type that's like, once I start, I can't stop. So I can't just have like a few bites here and there, or I go all out. So I've never been good at having cheats, 1 or 2 cheats during the week and exchanging a yellow for it. Because once I start, I don't stop. So for me personally, the 2 week, like a cheat meal every 2 weeks works better for me, because then I can just eat whatever I want and go all out and not feel guilty. Does that make sense? But everybody's different. Okay. So what I want you to do is to print out the calendar of June. Okay. So go to, if you have either a physical hard copy calendar of the month of June, or a dry erase board of the month of June, or you go online and do like a free printable for the calendar. Don't use your phone because you're going to take it. I want a printed copy of the calendar of June. Okay. And you're going to write every single social commitment that you have, whether it's dinner at your daughter's house, dinner with the in-laws, softball team, party, Cub Scout meeting, Relief Society meeting, date night out, the kids, the class party for the kids, I don't know, pool party, whatever, or somebody's birthday party, nephew's birthday party. Write out every single social commitment that you have where you know there's going to be food, okay? And then what I want you to do is I want you to circle. Now, if you're the person that wants to have the 2 small cheats during the week, then circle 2 of those social events each week. And you're mentally going to know, I have 150 calories to work with. I'm not going to eat one of my yellows, and I'm going to have 150 calories to work with. So I'm going to have 1 or 2 of the cookies. I'm going to, or 1 brownie, or I'm going to have the Skinny Cow ice cream bar, or whatever, for those 2. If you're a person who likes to eat who likes to have the all-out cheat meal like I do, then I want you to look at that calendar and I want you to circle the 2 cheat meals that you have chosen a week. Does that make sense? So for me, my June calendar has, I had Ragnar this weekend. I have, and that was Friday and Saturday. Tonight, I have my nephew's graduation party. We have Father's Day. We have my parents coming. I have a nephew's birthday. I have a birthday party, a family birthday party, and that's all in the month of June. So what I did was I circled yesterday for Ragnar, because I knew our team was going to go out to dinner and I was going to be hungry and I wanted to eat whatever I wanted and not think about it, right? I don't want to feel guilty. I just want to eat and enjoy. And then my other day that I circled was Father's Day. Okay. Then what you're going to do is, for every one of those other commitments, you're going to put a big red X in those commitments. okay? Which means I'm not going to eat at those. So tonight is not my cheat meal. My cheat meal was yesterday. So tonight at my nephew's graduation party, we're having dinner with them. So I'm sure it's going to be like a hamburger or it's probably going to be like a hamburger, hot dogs, or maybe some chicken for the adults and just the hamburgers and hot dogs for the kids. But I'll have some of the chicken. I'll have some salad. Our family always has a veggie tray. I'll have some veggies. I'm going to stay away from the potato salad. I'm going to stay away from the chips. I'm going to stay away from the dip. And when dessert is offered, I'm going to politely decline. Just be like, oh my gosh, I'm so full. I can't eat anymore. Does that make sense? And it's not a cheat meal. And then at my next nephew's birthday party, it's going to be cake and ice cream. Cake is always from Walmart. Ice cream is always from Walmart. I'm going to politely decline because there's nobody holding a gun to my head saying, you have to eat this cake. And honestly, if I'm going to like use my cheat calories, it's not going to be on Walmart cake. Does that make sense? That's not where I want to spend my cheat calories. I want to spend it on the things that I want to eat and that I'm really going to enjoy. And those are going to, so yesterday's Ragnar dinner, team dinner, and Father's Day are my 2 events. Everything else has big red X's. And so you post that on your pantry, on your fridge, anywhere you're going to see it. And you remind yourself, okay, tonight is that Cub Scout meeting or Loose Lighting dinner. I'm going to say no. I'm not going to eat that dessert. Or, you can say I'm going to eat before so that I'm full and I'm not hungry. Or you can eat after. Or you can take a Nugo bar in your purse. Something like that. Okay, so you have something that you're eating. Have a Diet Coke. Have something in your hand. When you have something in your hand, you're less pressured by other people too to be eating something. Even if the plate is filled with like the carrots and broccoli, even if it's the Diet Coke in your hand, which when you stand there with nothing, that people are like, oh, come on, eat, right? So, or just go and say hello, drop off a present, be there for 5 or 10 minutes, and then politely say, I've got to go, I've got stuff, got to go home and do this, or I've got to go get Riley from that, or whatever. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm going to do is take a calendar, write out all of your commitments for the month of June, and circle either 2 a week, but know that they're going to have to be no more than 150 calories, or those 2 days that are going to be your absolute big cheat. Sorry, excuse me. I love it when I'm, recording and I start sneezing. Anyways, makes sense? Like, what questions do you have on that? Or what do you think about that type of process?
It's easier for me just to have a little cheat twice a week than try to wait 2 weeks. I feel like I would deprive myself.
Right, like you would binge, right?
Yeah,
and that's
very
good.
much so.
And that's fine. That's why I said it's either way that works for you. So you can do the same thing. Just write out that calendar and say, okay, after this softball game, I know we're going to go have ice cream, but I'm only going to get a small and maybe only one mix-in or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And you could do that twice a week. That's perfect. Julie, which system are you going to be?
Probably the twice a week thing.
Okay, so you're a twice a week person too. That is great.
Yeah.
Okay, that's totally fine. Both systems work. Just know if you're going to do the 2 in a week, that come the weekend, you can't have the big cheat meal. Does that make sense?
You just take all the fun out of it, don't you?
Well, no. I know. Well, here's the thing.
I'm just giving you that
story, though. I have a client that I've been working with for a year, and she's lost 40 pounds. She has maintained it. Like, all I do now is I weigh her in once a month. She just needs a little bit of accountability. So she'll come in, weigh in, and just know, like, she just has to know that she has somebody that she has to weigh in for, right? Well, the last time she was here, she said, I am so tired of watching what I eat. Like, she doesn't have to count the containers per se every single day now, because she's been doing it long enough. She knows what she can eat and how much of it to eat. That makes sense. But she's like, I'm just tired. She's like, I just want to eat whatever I want. And the problem is she's not going to ever be able to do that and still maintain that 40-pound loss, right? no matter what happens, math wins. Okay, whatever you don't use, your body will store or excrete. One of the two is going to happen, right? I don't care if it's protein, carbs, or fat. Doesn't matter the macro. Whatever you don't use, your body will either store or secrete, or excrete, whatever. Anyways, and so, I mean, even at my weight, right? I always have to keep in the back of my mind that, you know, if I'm going to eat this, I'm going to have to do this tomorrow, or I'm going to have to not eat this for the next week or whatever. Does that make sense? You really, even for our overall health, we still kind of have to watch whatever we eat. But if my client were to go back to eating whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted, then she would just gain it all back. Like, we all have to watch what we eat if we want to stay fit, if we want to stay trim. But at the same time, I don't want any of my clients going psycho either, right? Like, we don't want to become food obsessed. But to your point, Trisha, to say, you know, to feel deprived, one of the best techniques, I should really do this as a live post on my page, my fitness page. One of the best techniques I've learned is to say, I can and I choose not to, versus saying I can't. The people who have the hardest time losing weight and who start and then never finish, or start and fail, are the ones that will say, okay, the next 30 days, I can't have gluten, I can't have dairy, I can't have sugar, I can't have Diet Coke, I can't, or I'm not going to have any of this stuff, right? The problem is there's so many I can'ts that after 3 or 4 days, they just bomb, because their brain,
you crave it more.
You crave it, right? Because you're constantly feeling that deprivation. The portion control of 21-Day Fix is all about I can have carbs. But I'm choosing to only have this much of it. I can have a glass of wine, but I'm only going to have one today. I can have. Does that make sense? When you say I can say, like at my nephew's birthday or my nephew's graduation party tonight, I can say, I'm going to tell myself I can have dessert. I'm choosing not to, because I chose to have something else instead yesterday. That gives us a sense of empowerment. You're empowering yourself. You're taking control over your mind. You're taking control over your cravings. You're taking control over your body. You can have cake every day of your life. You're just going to pay the consequences of it by gaining weight and gaining and gaining and gaining, right? But when you're on the journey to lose weight and weight loss is your goal, there are some limitations. So that's where the I can, but I choose not to mentality comes in. Because you're right, Trisha, you'll start feeling deprived, and then all of a sudden you just want to binge, and that's all you want. Which is also why I tell my clients that if you happen to be a soda drinker, drink diet, and it's okay. Because I would rather you drink the ginormous 44-ounce Diet Coke than eat the candy bar at the mini mart, right? Satisfy the craving for the sweetness. Carbonation expands in your stomach. You know, from a holistic health perspective, is Diet Coke the best thing for us? No. But if my goal is to lose weight, then I need to be able to get myself from point A to point B. And if point A is lunch and point B is dinner, but I'm out at some dance tournament or soccer tournament or whatever, and there's nothing but a snack shack there, and I didn't bring any Nugos with me, then I will go to the snack shack and I'll have a Diet Coke or two, depending on how long, you know, the dance or soccer tournament is, or football or whatever, and I'll have that Diet Coke to help fill me up, satisfy my sweet tooth, and get me to point B, which is when I can actually get home and have dinner and have a real meal. Does that make sense? Because you can have the snack shack food, but you're choosing not to. You're going to have a Diet Coke instead. What other questions or comments do you have? Anything? We're kind of a small little group. I'm recording it so that I can try and post it in the group if it records properly. but I really, I want to make sure that I have this opportunity every week in this UV2 group to talk to everybody. And I didn't have time to do personal one-on-ones this week with my schedule. And today I just need to spend time with my family. So that's kind of what I've done all day. But any other questions?
Not for me.
Nope.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, you two, for joining me today. I appreciate it. So glad. Hopefully I answered your questions. Hopefully that helped a little bit. Hopefully it helped you to think about, you know, how you do your cheat meals and make it so that it's more of a deliberate choice than something that's kind of happens and that you regret later. You can really enjoy your cheat meals. All right. Oh, there's my sweet little girl's face again. All right. Can you say thank you for joining us? Okay, can you say bye-bye? Bye, you guys. See you later.
Bye, Amy.